All right, folks, has Bitcoin bottomed? Do you think you can trust this Bitcoin bounce? Because right now, it's not just Bitcoin's bouncing, it's everything, right? The stock market, even gold is bouncing, but can we trust this move? So as I've been saying, right, we are inside this massive range now. We're going to swing wildly between this 123K area all the way down to 101K area, right? This is the range that Binance created. As we all know, they basically just smashed the market. So we came down here to 103, and there's every chance we could swing up to 123 or even a little bit higher to squeeze all the shorts. You may not believe this, but this is a scenario I've been talking about for the last 1 or 2 weeks. Basically, we swing up, right, up, down, something like this inside the range before we eventually take off again in early December or earliest in late November. It will take about 7 weeks at minimum, right? And the reason why I got that timeline and all this was because May 19th, 2021 crash, and I've told folks many times. And today, by the way, we're going to examine a number of more factors on, for example, how gold influences the Bitcoin cycle, what the bull bear market cycle indicator is telling us, what the funding rate signals are telling us. Have we bottomed yet? Lots of great charts and great signals to go through to see where we are. But this is the one that I've been comparing to the most. So basically the crash was from like 43K down to 30K. So that's when Pablo became famous, said we're going down to 30K, and see how we bounced up, down, and it's like a pinball machine between this range. You establish a range between 43K to 30K. You basically go up, down, up, down, up, down, up to 41K, down, pierce through to 29K, up, down to 28K, 29K, 28 and a half, and then boom, up to 42, 43K, pull back, and up we go. And this whole process took like 8 or 9 weeks, right? That's what I've been saying. This is the closest scenario we have to what we are seeing right now. All that I think is going to happen is basically Bitcoin is going to swing between these two extremes, 123, 24K, all the way to 100K area, right? And I don't know which one it goes first. So you could turn down tomorrow and head to 100K and then go to 123K. All I know is that usually it tends to bounce between these two zones. It's like a pinball machine. When it hits the lower bottom, buy. When it hits the high bottom, sell, right? Lower bottom, buy, high bottom, sell. It's like a pinball machine. It goes dunk, 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 like this, right? And that's not a surprise because I've just shown you guys last time we had a crash like this, what Bitcoin did on the charts. So have a look at this. First of all, we're having a nice bounce, but this 112, that's called 112K area, is problematic, 111.8, because we've had the bounce up from 103K, boom, and we've hit this line. See, this line's established since 2 months ago, August 14th, and then September 18th, and then boom, we're about to hit that again. We respect that. We could pull back and then bounce up again. And of course, the tough one will be this 116K area. Eventually, I mean, this is big resistance, and this is even bigger resistance around 116K because look at all these bottoms, right? Look at this top. Look at this top fake out. Look at this top. So 116K-ish, 116.5 will be major resistance. But however, there's a lot of shorts up here. There's like about, between here and here, there's about $14 billion of shorts. I'm sure the exchanges want to squeeze that. If they created this crash just to take out all the longs, then they definitely want to create this pump to take out all the shorts. But what about the other signals, such as gold, such as funding rates, and how does that impact Bitcoin in the coming weeks? So before we answer those questions, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo Heman use? Well, Pablo uses exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. So that means the exchange can't even see who you are. The IRS can't see you. FBI can't see you. Tax office can't see you. CIA, nobody can see you. Total privacy. That's why Pablo has made this great exclusive deal with them, just basically on this Pablo Heman link, right? Click on the Pablo Heman link, and there's a chance to win up to $6,000 plus 2 ETH, right? Whatever the price of ETH may be by the time of the end of this competition, right? And so there's all these bonuses. Just by depositing, win up to 20 USDT and some trading, right? Some light trading. Deposit $500 and get 100 US dollars by doing some light trading. And here is deposit $1,000 and with some light trading, get $200 bonus, right? You get the idea. But folks, this is limited time only. This deal finishes on November the 4th. November the 4th. So let's jump on it. And basically, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, that's okay. Just go, such as this one, just go click on my profile page, and there's my link tree or Stan link. And when we click on that, there is, that's the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. Okay, let's get back to the markets, folks. But keep in mind that this deal is only available on the Pablo Heman link, only on the Pablo link. Okay, so here is the scenario. I've been talking about this for a while now, but here is a closer look at what the relationship is between gold and Bitcoin. And it should be pretty obvious by now. So we see here, this is last bull run. And when gold topped, right, that's when Bitcoin kind of made its move. Boom, right? Up to 64K, down to 30K, and up to 69K. Whereas this one is this season. This is 2024, see? Gold makes the move, and Bitcoin goes into hibernation. Gold finishes the pump, gold goes sideways, and then Bitcoin pumps, right? Gold takes off again, and Bitcoin takes a dump, right? Gold goes sideways and basically goes to sleep, and Bitcoin takes a big pump. And then gold decides to pump again, Bitcoin goes to sleep. We've been seeing that this whole time, right? And I've been trying to tell folks of the relationship between gold and Bitcoin. They're not quite correlated, but what it does mean is basically gold pumps, then Bitcoin follows. Gold rests, that's when Bitcoin pumps. And it's much easier to see it on a chart like this because they mark out when the pump starts and when the hibernation or the consolidation period starts. So it's basically much more easier to see. And so right now, if gold was to take a pause, then yes, Bitcoin would make a massive move. I don't think gold is that far away from pausing because it's already made a massive move from $3,500 to almost $4,400 now. It's made like a $900 run already. So here is another chart. This is again emphasizing what I spoke about before. I've spoken about the futures funding rate in my previous video, but here's a better chart to look at it. Now, this black line is, of course, the price of Bitcoin since this November 2020 bottom at 15K. And we can see that this is the funding rate, right? Futures funding rate. When it is in blue, that means it's basically above zero. That means basically that there's more longs than shorts. When it goes into red, and we've marked it out here as well, right? That means there are more shorts than there are longs. So that means the market is quite negative, quite bearish. Kind of like right now. The market is kind of quite bearish right now. There's all sorts of predictions, like people saying Bitcoin could go to 80K, 70K, 60K, 54K, whatever it is, right? So when Bitcoin was at 15K, there was a lot of shorts and Bitcoin took off. Then it took a dip and there were a lot of shorts and Bitcoin took off again. And then went back to, this is around 25K, there were a lot of shorts, and that's when Bitcoin took a massive pump, right, to 73K. And then Bitcoin took a rest. And then here, there's a lot of basically a lot of shorts as well. People going short in when Bitcoin's around 49, 53K area. And then that's when Bitcoin ran up again to 108K, 109K, and then boom, this is the Trump. This is the Trump. This was the Japanese yen reverse carry trade crashing, and this was the Trump tariff crash in March, late March, and leading to April the 4th, and lots of shorts, and then boom, of course, Bitcoin took off to 123K, and then here we go again, 125K, and this was the dump. This was the dump last Friday, and now, now we're like 9 or 10 days away from that event, and right, lots of shorts because the funding rate has gone negative. And the thing is this, the things that usually I would say, that's why I said at the start of this video, it takes 8 to 9 weeks. Look at this. This wasn't a short period of time. It was something like 7 weeks. This was something like 6 to 7 weeks. This was like 7 or 8 weeks. This was like 3 or 4 weeks. This was like about 5 or 6 weeks, right? It takes a bit of time. So I think by mid to late November at the earliest, now we can start seeing the next move up, right? According to this chart. Just remember, folks, no chart is 100% accurate, and no signal is 100% accurate, but at least this one, tends to work.